Guys, there's a turkey right out my front window. There he is.
So when we put the new lights up, this arch hits the beam when it's up. So I'm having to take out that socket that the light plugs into, put one lower, I'll mount it here, and then I'll have to putty, fill, and...
And they one over the sink's the same way, right?
One over the sink's the same way.
Looks like that one's quickly getting back in working order again, so time to move on to this one. And here goes the drywall. Two hoses for the price of one.
Well, now that that's exposed, I like it.
No, I better go turn the electricity off. The hardest part is trying to leave the drywall intact, you know?
Yeah.
Bust through it. Oh yeah, I definitely learned that part. Cool. Well, that didn't take as long as we thought. So he took the plug and put it in the top spot. And he's trying to clean the edges a little bit so he can putty it. Oh, well, there you go. Pretty soon we'll have a light up there. Here's the actual lights that we did purchase off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and put that link in the description below if anyone else is interested in these same type of lights. We love the look and how they turned out perfect for our Polebarn, and they actually match the pendant lighting that we ended up putting over the island area. However, these particular lights are considered outdoor lights. It doesn't matter if you use them indoors. I wouldn't reverse it and use indoor lights outside just because of the moisture and the weather. But these are perfectly fine to use. Really no difference in how you install them. And then Tony's installing the lights here, and then this is the final look.
Well, guys, we're finally getting to the point where we're starting to put up the faux beams, wrapping them around these stringers that we had up here, and they're looking really good. I'm obviously not professional level, but we're not professionals. Some of the things that we had done on this, we did a video on when we used these I-beams to make these faux beams themselves. You know, we bought these because they could span the distance without bowing or having a camber in them. And so that's why we use these. Now, we wanted to finish them off in a rustic type of look, not too rustic, not like a barn, but just in a rustic look. We wanted them to be knotty alder, which is the color, the actual color of the cabinets or the wood of the cabinets. But the cost for these to be alder was just outrageous. I mean, outrageous, just way out of reach. So we ended up using a knotty pine, which works out. Pine is very easy to work with. It's soft wood, it stains. We did have to go with a different stain than the stain that actually is on the knotty alder, but it matches pretty close, so we're happy with that. Some of the items that I would say that would be beneficial to other people that's kind of cost us was, if you notice, my boards only come to this far. I could have gotten boards that were all the way across, 18 footers. With COVID-19 going on, the lumber yards just do not have them in stock, and the lead time is too far out. So, and trying to manhandle an 18-foot board gets tricky. And what you find out is when you get into longer boards, they'll start to cup on you. It's bad enough that these are 2x12s or 1x12s and they already try to cup, but on the length, they'll also wave. And the longer they are, the more they try to wave. So, so we ended up going with the 12 and a 6, and I cut the 6 to make the final connection. So I made a couple of tools to help me out. So I made this little tool here, and what this is I've got a fake board, and that represents what that board on the bottom is going to be, and a long board here. So I screw this to the bottom, and this allows me to set these boards on top of this, so that I've got an extra hand to hold the board up and to hold it approximately at the height that I need it. The top runner was the first one I put on. We basically, and also the benefit of that is that you can stick your worst boards on top and get them where nobody can see them. At first, well, the bottom is last in my case, because it probably won't be all the way up against the bottom of the board. It'll be down just a smidge so that I can get it as smooth as I can with this crack. But we also have lights, so I want to get all that at the end. So one of the tricks that I've done on this is when I connect this first board on the sides, on both sides, I'm only nailing the tops. I'm leaving the bottoms loose so that if I have to spread the boards apart to get that final board in and then come back. If I went ahead and nailed those together, I may not be able to squeeze that board in the bottom, and that would be a real pain. So I left the bottom loose. Top nailed it, and then that. So, and I'll also have another, when I do have a crack, I have a board that goes in between there. It'll go vertical. I'm just using this as an example. That a piece that'll go in there, so I can make some nails into that right there. So other than that, we're tickled pink with it. So we think they will look good, and it turned out a lot cheaper than going with true old wood barn beams that we priced out that were atrocious. They were like $1,700 a piece. And the staining of them, that would have been hard to get them right. And so we went this route. So we like it, and we did it ourselves. So it's kind of a talking piece for us. So if we can do it, you can too.
This is a perfect example of you get what you pay for. So the handle on this, it's a bar clamp. I already took the end off of it. A bar clamp, which you pull the trigger, and it squeezes. Harbor Freight specials. I think I got them on sale one time when they're on sale for maybe $2 or $3. They never did grip tight. If you just need something just barely snug, they worked fine. But I'm actually trying to ratchet them down, and this one, it just snapped the trigger handle right off, and I've had the back end break off of another one. So one of those things, you get what you pay for. I have one that is a name brand clamp, and I can tighten that thing to where it hurts my wrist. I got a grip so tight and it works. So note to self, look at what you're doing, buy good tools.
These lights come with their own set of gloves. You look so elegant. I don't, because you put oils on the light.
All right, so what we thought was going to be a quick install is turned into a pain. So I got several problems. I surface mounted these thin boxes on here because I figured that the housing would be more than enough to cover, which they do, except the nut in the center hits this holder that holds the wiring. So that hits that. Then we also have the issue of the mount has a jog in it, and if you mount it on there like this, the way it is, then it sticks down too far for that clamp. So first thing I have to do is I have to flatten these to where they're flat, and then I have to take out that yellow piece so that my wiring could go up in there.
The last piece of beam and the last recessed light going in. We have one left. place is really starting to look finished.